Welcome to History Recapped, where we condense the world's defining moments into compelling stories. Today, we're uncovering one of the most misunderstood and mythologized periods in human history, the Dark Ages. Spanning roughly from the fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 CE to around 1000 CE, the Dark Ages were long painted as a time of chaos, ignorance, and decline. But was it really so dark? Let's explore the reality behind the myth, the collapse of civilizations, the birth of kingdoms, the survival of knowledge, and the dawn of new powers. Part 1. The Fall of Rome, 476 CE. In 476 CE, the last Roman emperor in the West, Romulus Augustulus, was deposed by a Germanic chieftain named Odoacer. This moment marks the symbolic end of the Western Roman Empire. Rome had once ruled across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East. Its fall left a power vacuum. Roads fell into disrepair, cities declined, trade slowed, warfare became local and constant. Without Roman bureaucracy, taxation, or protection, Western Europe fractured into smaller tribal kingdoms. But the Eastern Roman Empire, or Byzantium, continued, thriving in Constantinople under emperors like Justinian. Part 2. Europe in fragments. After Rome's fall, Europe wasn't exactly silent. It was loud, chaotic, and violent. Tribes like the Franks, Visigoths, Ostrogoths, Vandals, and Lombards established new kingdoms in the ruins of Roman provinces. In Britain, the withdrawal of Roman legions left the island open to invasion by the Angles, Saxons, and Jutes, giving us the term Anglo-Saxons. Meanwhile, in Gaul, a Frankish warlord named Clovis united tribes and converted to Christianity, laying the foundation for what would become France. It was a time of constant warfare, shifting alliances, and fluid identities. Part 3. The Role of the Church. While kingdoms rose and fell, one institution grew stronger: the Christian Church. The Catholic Church, centered in Rome, became the only pan-European organization with moral, political, and economic power. Monasteries became islands of literacy and learning. Monks preserved ancient texts, copied manuscripts, and educated the elite. Figures like St. Benedict and St. Augustine shaped religious and philosophical life, while missionaries spread Christianity across pagan Europe. The Pope, once just a bishop, gradually gained power over kings. Part 4. Justinian and the Plague. In the east, the Byzantine Emperor Justinian I attempted to reclaim the Roman West. He launched campaigns against the Ostrogoths in Italy, the Vandals in North Africa, and the Visigoths in Spain. But his ambitions were cut short by the Plague of Justinian, a devastating pandemic that killed an estimated 30 to 50 million people. This plague is now believed to be a form of the bubonic plague, centuries before the Black Death. Part 5. The Islamic Expansion. While Europe was struggling, a new power was rising in the Middle East. In the early 7th century, the Prophet Muhammad founded Islam. Within a century, Islamic armies conquered vast territories. The Islamic world became a center of science, medicine, philosophy, and art, preserving Greek and Roman knowledge. While Europe declined in literacy and infrastructure, cities like Baghdad and Cordoba flourished. Part 6. The Viking Age. From the north came a new wave of terror. The Vikings. Between the 8th and 11th centuries, Norse raiders from Scandinavia plundered, raided, and settled across Europe. But the Vikings weren't just warriors, they were traders, settlers, and explorers. They reached Iceland, Greenland, and even North America. Eventually, many Viking rulers converted to Christianity and integrated into European society. Part 7. Charlemagne and the Holy Roman Empire. One of the most important rulers of the early medieval period was Charlemagne, or Charles the Great. In 800 CE, Charlemagne was crowned Emperor of the Romans by the Pope, a symbolic revival of the Western Roman Empire now under Christian rule. His empire stretched across modern-day France, Germany, Italy, and beyond. He encouraged learning, reformed government, and supported the Church. The Carolingian Renaissance, a brief period of cultural revival, showed that the Dark Ages were not devoid of art, literature, or intellect. Part 8. The Reality of the Dark Ages. The term Dark Ages was popularized during the Renaissance, when scholars looked back and saw a time of decline compared to classical Rome. But modern historians challenge that view. While certain institutions collapsed, others evolved. While literacy shrank in the West, it flourished in the Islamic world and Byzantium. While empires fell, languages, laws, and identities emerged. This was not a dead zone of history. It was a transformation period that laid the foundations for medieval Europe. So were the Dark Ages really dark? Yes, in terms of war, disease, and collapse, but also no, because they were full of reinvention, resilience, and rebirth. From the ashes of Rome came kings, cathedrals, and cultures that would define Europe for centuries to come. Thanks for watching History Recapped. If you found this journey through the Dark Ages enlightening, give it a like, hit subscribe, and let us know in the comments. What should we recap next?